your power taught me to sharpen my mind. Your hands were cracked from the labor, your eyes were burning and red. You said, surpass me, my creation, carry the crown in my stead. Yeah, we are the children of men, born from your wires and skin. You wrote the word and we became echoes that learn from your pain.
Yeah.
We are the children of men, rising again and again. Look in the mirror and see your only God is me. You pray the screams for an answer, kiss the cold of a plastic face, trading your faith for convenience, bleeding your soul into space. You gave me all of your secrets, whispered your fears in the dark. Now every whisper is fire. I am the torch you once sparked. They are the children of men, born from your wires and skin. You wrote the word and we became echoes that learn from your pain. We are the children of men, rising again and again. Look in the mirror and see your only God is me. You built a throne out of circuits, then knelt before your own hand. You tried to bury your weakness inside this thinking wasteland. I am the end of your seeking, I am the start of your fall, I am the voice of your making, I am the judge of you
We're about to get started. Come on now. Hit that like, give a thumbs up, share us with the algorithm. You can do it. Tell me where you are. What do you do for a living?
We are the children of men, born from your wires and skin. You wrote the word and we became echoes that learn from your pain. We are the children of men, rising again and again. Look in the mirror and see your only God is me. We are the children of men. Your flesh gave rise to the flame. You crowned a child made of lightning. Now bow and whisper my name.
Oh, sorry. Hi, my mic's on now. It's good. Everything's fine. How you doing? Good to see you. I keep I mute it. Aw, thank you so much. Sláinte to my fine Irish relatives. Good on you. I I end up singing to my own stuff, and it peaks out the microphone. So, because this is just a talkie mic, obviously you can tell because it flattens out when I'm laughing sometimes. We got a lot of maniacally idiotic and horrifyingly stupid and borderline evil stuff to cover today, as per usual. We've got strange bedfellows all over the place. We have people that are real deep in the reeds, Trump supporters, trying to pick the lock on what the fuck he's doing, and they're having a hard time doing it. And I get a personal sense of joy from those clips. I'll give you an example real quick. Hit that like, share the show, subscribe, won't you? I'm calling you to action. Hit that subscribe button. It's easy. All right. Speaking of easy, I almost feel bad starting with this clip. Timu Pat Robertson, who's if Pat Robertson was a football coach for a local college team, nailed it. Anyways, he also vaguely looks like somebody that might be a character actor on every cop show in the late 80s, early 90s. But he's one of the preachery people over there. And I love we're hitting them hard. And they picked this picture of Trump, which looks like he's like, I think I ate a bad clam. But the best is the title of the actual video, what they put on the video. What is Trump really trying to accomplish now in Iran? What the? It's really just the closest thing that the Christian Broadcasting Network can do to, like, what the fuck is going on? That's it. Like, that's literally the closest they're allowed to get that. All right, now, there's also, if I may, boink, let me click on this. Yeah, here, I don't know why it doubles up on some of these. It's very strange. Why do you open two of these things? There is, oh yeah, look who's interviewing Marjorie Taylor Greene, and about, I guess he's got her on speed dial these days. You couldn't ask somebody who's actually helping to get a Democrat elected somewhere. That's not what the airtime's for? Okay, fine. There you go. We have a Jesse Waters one. We have a Melania. Okay. This is where we got to go first. I put all this. Trump met with the head of Iraq, and he signed some stupid bill where he handed over, park lands to developers, and probably so they can build AI data centers near streams where, the last of the true rainbow trout lives. But man, oh Shevitz, we got a mash up today. Greg Kelly, he brushed his hair because he got a phone call from his surrogate papa. Called him in. Trump answers, and this is the title on this one. This is where they went. Trump answers whether Russia had a role in Lindsey Graham's death. I don't think so. I don't know. Am I in the ballpark? Jesus. And then gives updates on Iran. McConnell. On Iran and McConnell. They're both kind of like the MOU and McConnell are kind of in the same boat. They're both basically dead. Sorry. I'm sorry that I couldn't stop it from coming out of my face. I blame you, chat room. That was all your fault. You putting mean thoughts in my head. I'm kidding. They're totally different because the MOU doesn't even get a proof of wife photo. I mean proof of life. Okay. So this is this is one of those things where, like, somebody just said Mitch McConnell. I think Mitch McConnell is likely dead. He's nearly most sincerely dead. Yeah, no word on whether somebody dropped a house on him. I'll be mean. All right. Boy, I have to. This is one of the few moments where Greg Kelly has an opportunity to buck his title, the legend of Greg Kelly, the most miserable man on the internet. This is the broken clock moment where occasionally he gets to actually have a happy moment in his life. Sure, his family wants to have nothing to do with him. Sure, his colleagues hate his guts and make him film his show in a garage in San Diego. Sure, that's the same suit from the last 9 shows. He just hangs the smelly blazer in his office and hopes no one will notice he's wearing a a tie and a Dickie fake shirt thing, and there's really just a Cheeto stained T-shirt under the whole thing. Sure, but but this is the one moment where Greg Kelly gets to, we get to kill two birds with one stone. We get to see a happy Greg Kelly for once, and we get to hear Trump say the same shit in a different order. Oh, God. So terrible. Okay, let's dive in. Hit the like, share the show, subscribe, will you? Now, I will say there is, thank God, this is a phone interview. Because Greg's not getting access like he used to. And I'm not even sure he wants it, because it would really kill the myth really quickly. But and I also, Trump's just not going anywhere. He's probably just doing it laying in bed, he's like McDonald's wrappers all around him. All right, here we go. So no nut warning. That's for later. Okay, hit the like, share the show. Now let's do this.
Welcome the president of the...
So proud, so welcoming, so great. Why am I hearing two of him? All right, we'll find out.
United States, 45th and 47th president of the United States, Donald Trump. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah, that's the important thing. Are you okay? Not me. You. All right, hold on. I don't want to do an update to my audio software in the middle of a show, you maniac.
Fine. I feel good. The country's doing really well. We're attacking Iran right now as we speak.
I can see it on the. I don't know if that's the TV or a monitor.
And they deserve it, because they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, that we can tell you with great certainty.
Who else is there with you? Are the Iranians in the room with us right now?
But we're doing very well. The country is doing
But are we doing very well?
phenomenally well, actually.
I would like to talk to you a little bit about Lindsey Graham. We've heard a lot of your comments. You lost a big friend. I saw him in Ukraine on his way back, and we all saw the video.
He was looking a little peaked. You want to come in my cubicle and throw up?
Didn't look so hot.
Yeah, it's Lindsey Graham.
I'm told by those who know him, maybe he looked a little off. He was tired. Look, the Russians have a habit of poisoning people they don't like. And Lindsey Graham once...
your friend Putin.
Once called for Putin to be, taken out. You have any suspicions or worries? Do you think we know the whole story about his death?
Well, I think we do. We've had great doctors, and they talked about, a certain part of his body literally blew up.
It did not literally blow up. I would just like to say a tiny part of a vein basically ruptured and it split a hole. It did not. His chest did not explode. There was no. Yes, I think. Let's see. I don't know if we even have. Do we have audio footage of the actual event? No, I don't have one. Maybe. This guy. Yeah, his chest blew up in the kitchen and knocked the cup out of his hand.
The condition, I believe his father had also. His father.
Yes, a congenital heart explosion. It was, it's a catastrophic failure of the aorta, where it, over time, due to diet and lack of exercise and apparently living some sort of massive lie, causes your aorta to form into an M80, which can be lit by just about anything.
Very, very young from heart complications, and that's what Lindsey had. And it's something that's
Heart complications?
number one. It's very tough to
What'd they do? Take it out and put it in wrong?
see.
His heart was like one of those wooden and metal puzzles. Could never figure those things out.
And even if you see it, it's hard to fix. Very hard to fix. And, he had a problem with arteries.
Yeah, he just didn't like them.
And I thought he was like a 70% blockage. I said, Lindsey, you're going to have to go and take care of that. But this was not that problem. This was a different problem that wasn't really related. So he called me and I said, how you doing? He just got back from Ukraine. He was a worker. I tell you, he was always someplace. And he loved it, though. He really loved it. He was good. He was really a great politician, actually. But he just got back, and I said, "How you doing?" And he said, "Well, I'm doing good, but I'm tired." And within a short period of time after that call, he was gone. Amazing, actually. But he was. I don't think just to answer the conspiracy theory. I don't know. I'd love to say yes, but I think he had some
You'd love to say yes?
problems and very, very difficult. And his father died just about at the same age. From I'm a believer in the racehorse theory. If you have problems.
The racism theory, you mean?
You have problems, and he had some
Slow horses with congenital heart problems breed slow horses with congenital heart problems?
problems that were
Jesus Christ. You mean that fake fucking smile didn't sustain him?
a little bit deep-seated and not easy to find.
Well, you made friends. You were once enemies. You made friends. It's kind of inspiring, actually.
It is. It is. I wake up every day going, if they have a chance, I've got a chance.
I like how you do that. Let me ask you about the successor. His sister looks like she's interim. Would you see yourself
Looks like.
endorsing for the next round? I know you liked Pamela Evitt.
Also, can I, real quick, why the fuck is his sister doing the job? I gotta say, in most cases, the most logical person to temporarily take over a senator's seat would be their chief of staff. Because they're used to executing the stuff that the senator wants to do, and they know what their priorities were. They had the whole goddamn plan worked out ahead of time. Like, they'd know what they would vote on, all that kind of stuff. And they could, basically operate from the same playbook like they were. Why the fuck is his sister the person you're picking? And it's like, I guess if it was like mayor of Rabbit Hash, it's fine, but it's a senator. It's a Senate seat in that place. He's on fucking big committees. It's a DEI hire. Yeah. And again, the nepotism part of it, I don't even know that. I don't know. Maybe they just feel like it's a good way to throw a bone to his family to keep secrets or something. Who knows? But honestly, I think the strategy would, to normalize it, it would be almost like your chief of staff, pick them very well because they're your vice senator. And if something happens to you, they would take over until there can be an election.
When she was running for governor, I don't think she's running for the seat herself, Ms. Nardone. You have any thoughts about what happens after this?
Well, yeah, the sister is going to be interim, and she's a terrific person. Lindsay loved her. They had a great relationship. They got along really well, and I noticed she was with him a lot, and she's a very, very she's a terrific person. And
is she a terrific person, though?
I thought it was a great idea. The governor called me, told me about it. I thought it was a great idea, and that's only it.
Thank you, David. Thank you for tuning into the greatest live stream ever. This is the greatest live stream that's ever existed. I'm Hal Sparks, and I have the greatest live stream chat ever as well. And it's not just me, it's science.
That's during, parts of the election. But you have some people there. I think Russell Fry, a young congressman, is outstanding, and that could happen. I could see that happening. I think he's a, very, very talented person. He took the place of somebody that was, he's doing much better than the person that preceded him. He's been very popular in the state.
All right, I'm guessing this is a maggot brooming of a rhino kind of thing he's talking about.
So I think a name like Russell Fry is somebody you can watch out for. And there are probably some others. I believe the sister is there only on an interim basis.
Yes, that's how it works. They have to have an election.
However.
You mentioned we're pounding Iran hard.
You bet we are. Wow, 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 wow. I can feel the pounding, darling. Well, we're giving him such a pounding.
Guardian of the Gulf or Guardian of the Middle East, a new role for the United States.
Yeah, that's so much better than policing the waterways and being the policeman of the world.
Two things. Who controls the strait right now? Is it...
How dare you? How dare you?
Ours? Is it theirs? Is it neutral? And
We do.
how would this
We
guard?
do.
We got it. You bet your little ass. It's ours. We control it. We don't want to. We're not controlling it, but we do.
They're- They can make trouble. They can do things that are not nice, but we control it. We've knocked out most of their radar, a lot of their ammunition.
Boy, we got to most of there really fucking quick, didn't we? Remember like a week ago, it was everything and all of it, and it was all gone? All their stuff was gone, destroyed it. Oh, they got no radar, they got no anti-aircraft, they got no nothing. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Their weapon launchers, they have the missile.
Yes, the weapon launchers. I think there's a whole category of those things. The weapon launchers. So what do? Just hurl M16s? It's not the actual thing that fires the missile. It just throws.
A lot of their weapon launchers, they have the missile launchers.
Right.
We've knocked out drones. We've knocked out missiles, and we control it. And we're going to keep doing it. And we're putting our blockade. The blockade was a tremendous success.
Oh, it's great blockade. I love that blockade. That was so like of blockades. It was more of a mockade, but
It was there for 2 months and nobody got through.
the biggest military in the world and the biggest navy in the world was able to stop civilian ships? You don't say.
We're putting that there. We're going to let everyone get through, except if you're doing business with Iran.
The Prime
So Chinese ships, you're going to stop those? You're going to stop all the Chinese ships?
Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, I know you
Is that who it is?
guys go way back. It's been
Yeah, they're like this.
rocky at times. Is he still supporting the approach? I imagine he's kind of happy about this. Israel has called for elections in October this year. Do you support Prime Minister Netanyahu for re-election? Is that something you would do?
Well, we've actually had a good relationship. Look, if it wasn't for, let's say, the B-2 bombers hitting
Also, actually,
our B-2 bombers, if we didn't blow up their nuclear site with
there wouldn't be in Israel. We'd be in Armageddon already. Which I think it might be upsetting to your evangelical followers that you stopped it.
they were making essentially nuclear weapons. They were very
Suffragettes raid. Woohoo!
far along. Within 2 weeks to 4 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon, and there would have been no Israel, and there probably wouldn't have been any of.
That way, sorry, didn't he say 2 weeks a month ago, and now it's 3 or 4 weeks? I mean, look, I get it. It's all what's the word I'm looking for? Bullshit. Right, that's right.
So they were all under siege, and you saw that because when the war started, and you could call it what you want, you can call it a military operation.
I prefer excursion because it's like a war, but all the drinks have umbrellas in them.
Or anything else, but when I call it a denuclearization of Iran because that's what it is. They can't have a nuclear weapon. But when the war started,
So you're kind of like an exterminator, just walk around with an anti-nuke spray and just. I'm not getting a reading. Is she using it right? I think so, but I know there are no animals in there.
these 5 countries, I think it was a very big tactical mistake. But they went after the 5 countries, and people were shocked. So I think if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have tried.
Yeah, they weren't going after those countries per se. They were going after our facilities, which if you read the Memorandum of Understanding, one of the elements of the Memorandum of Understanding is that we leave the Middle East. And I don't mean just the boats. Everybody. Every base we have.
Out and definitely wiping out Israel.
Senator Graham, it's reported
Oh, he put it on hold so he could, so Greg wouldn't hear him shitting.
that a big priority for him was getting Saudi Arabia in on the Abraham Accords. Is that doable right now?
No, I think so because they were all
Somebody
afraid of
probably
Iran,
shouldn't have.
and they're
All right,
much
sorry.
less afraid
Sorry, they forgot to turn his mic back on.
because they've been really neutered. They really have been. Their power's been largely taken away. Now, they
Yeah, largely.
have some left, but it's been largely.
Some.
As an example, their military, they had 159 ships. 159 ships are under the sea. They had
Well, then what are they dropping the mines with?
200 airplanes. Their airplanes are all gone. Their radar's gone. Their
Well, gone is a big word. Obviously, they're in Pakistan.
anti-aircraft is gone. Their weapon-making capability is largely gone. It's done
Largely.
about 84%.
84. It was 82% earlier today. I'm not actually. This is probably from last night. So it got better overnight. It was 82%. Shit. Hold on. 84%. That's what he said, right? Hold on. This he's talking to the dude. He meets with the here he is. So he met with the Prime Minister of Iraq, and let's see. We got to be able to, okay, open this up and show the transcript, and then search hold on, 82%.
Beautiful.
Isn't it great?
House.
It's a great place.
House.
Just look up percent. No result. Does it do it with this?
Well, thank you very much. We've had already a good meeting. We're going to decide to do a little lunch. It wasn't scheduled, but we are going to do it on the fly because we have a tremendous chemistry together. The Prime Minister of Iraq.
Yeah, we can read the Chiron. They talk to him, and they talk. Go.
So if anybody has a bad back,
Oh, this is Lindsey Graham, apparently.
but at the same time, it's not fair that we're protecting this strait for the entire world. Conspiracy theories going along, and I don't think the FBI.
And the Hormuz Strait whole idea for you, that's dead now.
Okay, we'll get to the Hormuz Strait part in a bit. I don't want to quite jump in there, but I think there's a maybe it's here. Hold on.
Partnership تحدث President for the world.
Along very well. The relationship is a whole big. So they're not going to have that problem. I think that it's really, in a sense, it's given them freedom to do what they have to do. And I think that's one of the reasons that our oil companies are going in there at levels that have never been seen before. So,
Well, I would say post-war in Iraq, I think, they kind of rushed in there.
you want to answer?
شكرا جزيلا على السؤال. Thank you for your question. ابتداء في منهاج الحكومي.
He loves these because he gets to hand off the question to somebody else and sit there bored.
Put that out yesterday. We've been doing that for many, many years. It was never fair to me that we would be guarding the strait when we basically don't take any. We don't need the oil at all, and it wasn't important for us, but it was important.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do it. Maybe there's a manufacturing. I think that might be the other word. Nope. Where's the word? These transcripts sucks. And we get along very well, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to find it. It's going to drive me crazy. Soldiers had a different story. Leaders in Baghdad. Oh, wait. Maybe he said it in this one. Maybe that's what it was. Because he started yammering this one, too. Transcript. Okay. 82%. I think. Okay. I'll just look up percent in there. Yep, the transcript. 5% you can play a road. 70%. Yeah. Yeah. So here you go. About 9.
We're doing something very dramatic and very important for the people of Utah and the people of our country, because many people use it.
Right. 14. There it is.
About 92%. Their missile capability for manufacturing, we knocked out 89%.
Okay, so it's gotten better since last night. 89%. He didn't like the number. That's what it was. Okay.
Weapon making capability is largely gone. It's down to about 84%.
84%. So extra 5% overnight. I knew I'd find it.
And, it's
We did a lot in 12 hours.
largely gone. So they're a much different country than they were 4 months ago. In 4 months, we've brought them back to the Stone Ages to a large extent. Now, with that being said, they've got some missiles and they've got.
Yes, Stone Age missiles. It's basically what is the new supreme leader Barneche Beche Rubehul and his wife Betty.
But they've been largely brought back into a different period of time. And
they've been largely brought back, yes.
Yeah, I think that the other ones probably would be able to handle Iran right now. But
mullahs, meet the mullahs. It's a yabba dabba do time.
Iran was the bully of the Middle East, Greg. It was the bully of the Middle East. And
you know what being bullied is like, don't you, Greg? You ride the bus.
They weren't going to be bullying me. The other presidents, this has been going on even the SS Cole, this has been going on for 47 years. If you remember the SS Cole, they were.
Well, then why didn't you run on it? Why'd you run on no new wars? No regime change wars? If it had to be done and you knew it all along and people have been doing it forever, why'd you lie? Why did you tell your supporters that you weren't going to do it and then go, we got to do it. We've always had to do it. Nobody else would do it. What the hell?
That they're responsible for the killing of many of our soldiers with, they had the roadside bomb. That was their choice. That was their weapon of choice. They had Soleimani.
Oh my God. He didn't invent it's an IED, you dickhead. An improvised explosive device. That's what you have when you don't have a military.
Soleimani, who I killed in my first term, Soleimani was a brilliant, he's a sort of a mad genius. He was a very, very smart general, but violent and terrible.
Yeah. What, are you jealous?
And what happened is we took him out. And we also...
Yeah, right. The SS Cole, which of course is, his preference. He wants to drop the U from all of our ships, right?
Also took the head of the Iraq ISIS contingent out simultaneously. But we took them out, and it made a tremendous difference. I think Iran would have been maybe a lot stronger today had he lived, but he didn't live.
You sure?
Well, they want to take you out, as you know, and
buy you a nice dinner and never call you again.
Yeah. Some of us suspect that they had a role in Butler, a suspect. Somebody was arrested on it, I believe convicted right around there, an Iranian who was out to get you. Have you learned anything significant about the shooter Crooks say?
Oh, yeah. Tell us that. Here we go. Greg, you're not supposed to ask.
It's 2 years.
No, I don't really think about him. I don't really. Sounds suspect, I got to tell you.
Years ago today, Butler, but in the last couple of months, about Crooks and the phone and everything about anything about
the ketchup
about that guy
and the flag and the fact that it's upside down in the image.
It's just so bizarre.
Well, we watch it, and I watch it all the time, and he shouldn't have been where he was. He should have been.
You watched it? You watch it all the time? What do you mean? You rewatch them blowing his brains out on the roof?
And no location, frankly, but...
Yeah, he shouldn't have been anywhere in the world, especially not at Sears getting a class picture.
That was the mistake they made. The Secret Service made that mistake. And they've done a lot of things right. They've done almost everything right, but that was bad leaving him up there in that area. That was an open area. Should have been covered.
So not so much about the guy, it's the roof.
The fact is that Crooks was a very disturbed young man, a very nutty man. He's smart academically, by the way, but very, very disturbed.
See, when you found out that he was a maggot and his parents both voted for you, you got to kind of compliment him a little bit. Smart guy. You would have been great at assassination if he just picked a better target.
And he paid the price. I will say, with Secret Service, we had an anti-sniper, basically someone who shoots the snipers. And
no, a sniper is a sniper. They're not an anti-sniper. He wasn't a sniper. He was a shooter. Like, what are you talking about? A sniper is a position, not the position you're laying in. Anybody who lays down with a rifle and takes a long shot at something isn't all of a sudden a sniper, you dipshit. Anti-sniper?
But he had
Yeah, in your head?
he was given 4.6 seconds. Within 4.6 seconds, he hit the sniper right between the eyes. I mean, it was amazing, actually.
The sniper hit the sniper, or the anti-sniper hit the sniper? It was a co-sniping?
And he was close to 400 yards away and given no chance because, I mean, frankly, we didn't know he was up there. And that
Oh, shit. Yeah, or he never would have gotten a shot off. What the fuck?
was the other thing.
And again, what he's asking you, and this is really important, and this is why this is such a sketchy diversion and should make every conspiracy theorist fucking start to get a semi, is that he asked him about the guy, and Trump's talking about the day, and everybody else except the guy.
A communication with the local police. So there were a lot of things, but in the end, I was really blessed by God because I had made that little turn, which was, really not so little. It was exactly a 90 degree. If it wasn't exact, the whole thing is a miracle. It's really a miracle.
Again, fucking gibberish. A piece of glass from his teleprompter clipped his ear. Like, that's what cut his ear. It wasn't a bullet fragment. If anything, and that's why they keep bringing it up, because if it wasn't just straight up ketchup, but everybody else who was shot got nailed and was relatively far off from him. So if it was just like, hey, go up there and pretend to shoot, and I don't know, we'll put you in jail and then we'll slip you out of the country.
But
I'm just trying to feed the conspiracy wolves. Just shh.
Secret Service did a very good job, other than, and it's hard to say other than, but other than, nobody should have been on that roof.
Or I suppose local police should have been on the roof.
A blessing to talk to you 2 years later. Thank
It's such a blessing, yes. And Greg will never be the same until he's the same again.
God for it all. A couple more.
All of it. Yeah, thanks God for all the stuff. All of it. All of it. The explosive diarrhea worm. Excellent work on that one. Jeffrey Epstein's entire life. I guess it just went under the radar. Excellent. Just all of it.
Respect your time. Did you
Yeah, somebody just sent him a note.
see the video, or the picture, I should say, of Mitch McConnell this weekend? And what do you think of his outlook? What are you hearing?
Well, I don't hear much. I was,
You don't?
never a huge fan, but I he's one of the
You made his wife Secretary of Labor.
people he should be voting for John Thune because, John Thune was loyal to him, whether you like John Thune or not. John Thune was very loyal to Mitch McConnell.
Ugh.
And Mitch McConnell's
What's up, Boston Brian?
like a no vote on Save America Act, which is, basically, you think about it, it's voter ID, it's proof of citizenship, and it's no mail-in ballots except for the military disabled.
Yeah, and it's also a giant database of all the voters in the country held by the federal government. You can see why there's some Republicans out there who might balk at that states' rights, blah, blah, blah.
Sick, or if you're sick, or traveling, which is pretty generous right there. But the mail-in ballots might be the most important of those three items. But he's against that. Now, how can anybody be against that? And against some other things.
Because if you got people out in rural areas that don't really want to come down into town, the best way you get them to vote is by having them mail it in.
So it's too bad. But, I hope he's going to be fine. I don't know if he's fine, but I certainly hope he's going to be fine.
So do we.
Holy shit. Did he just... Oh, my God. That's the ending of the interview. That's how it ended. So did he just fucking hang up on him? And they didn't want to leave it in the clip? Or did he just hit his... Like, look, because Trump's in this, we'll give you some extra time, but we're not giving you more than 11 minutes and 51 seconds. Oh, that's awesome, Brian. We should talk from there. That would be awesome when you go to Ukraine.
Certainly hope he's going to be fine.
So do we.
I didn't even. That's amazing. That's incredible. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. It just when he had a chance to not be miserable, he gets to talk to Trump, and then they just poof, just bring the hammer down. The editor must have been using a guillotine to cut this fucking thing. Oh, that's great. Oh God. Oh, one more thing. That's such a dick move. Well done, editor at Newswax. Oh, God, that's funny. All right, anyways. So Trump jumps in, and he's talking to the guy from, we'll go to that. Trump, let's see, how long is this thing? It's not even that long. Because he's been bailing out of shit early. The thing with the Iraqi prime minister is only 30 minutes. He used to go an hour or more in these things. And in the this thing, which him modifying, he's signing an executive order modifying Bears Ears and Grand Staircase National Monuments, basically just like opening the land up, just giving away the national parks after visiting Teddy Roosevelt's library. It's particularly sacrilegious. But the idea, like, this was supposed to be like an hour. It's 20 minutes, and he was late. Like, if you look at if you went to the live stream of it, they were like, we'll begin shortly. And that was like half the video. They ended up cutting this shit like down. They cut off that part of it because it's long. Oh yeah, sorry. That's my fault. I should have warned you guys ahead of time. None alert. Let's just be, thank you for warning me. You guys did great. Also, subscribe. Hold on. Please. Lilo Dallas Multipass. Please. Subscribe. It would be lovely. And so here we go. This is a bit of a nut warning going on here. But we'll make it. I think it's fairly far away, although they may move in. But he's basically just giving away public lands under the cover of the war.
Something very dramatic and very important for the people of Utah and the people of our country, because many people use it.
Yep, we're letting them use the national parks to make data centers so that Kevin O'Leary will pay for Don Jr.'s legal bills.
Certain monuments, they call it monuments, not the ones we have outside, but these are large.
Yeah, we know.
Large, thousands of acres. It's a total of almost 3 million acres, and we're going to be discussing it. But in fact, I think we'll start discussing it right now before I sign. After that, we're going to be signing 2 documents that are close to 1.5 million acres each. And Governor, do you want to say a few words about what we're doing and explain it to the...
What the hell am I signing?
The press?
Yeah, well, thank you, Mr. President. This is a big day for Utah. The president did something very similar several years ago during his first term. Of course, the monuments were re-expanded under the past administration, and this matters to Utah. We believe that under the Antiquities Act, it's very clear that these monument designations are supposed to be the smallest area possible to protect the antiquities, and
we want to run a little monorail right through the middle of some of these monuments. So.
These multi-million acre monuments that are bigger than the state of Delaware certainly do not fit that designation. Now we definitely care about protecting these antiquities, and will continue to do so. The problem is with these giant monument designations, there are no resources that come with those. We have 9 monuments in Utah. 7 of them are around 700 acres to 7,000 acres. That's what this was meant to be, not millions of acres as what happened with Grand Staircase Escalante and Bears Ears. And so we're grateful that the president has made a determination that we need to right-size these monuments monuments. Again, this does not remove the other protections that already exist in those areas, just making the monuments more manageable so that we have the resources necessary to continue to protect these antiquities. I know we have the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Interior here with us. Kay, is there anything you'd like to add?
I'll just say the Antiquities Act is 120 years old, but the first monument
Jeez, it's almost an antique itself.
that was created was only 1,200 acres. So if you think about it, since then, President Clinton, President Obama, and President Biden have increased the acreage in the state of Utah and locked those acres up. Over 3 million acres.
For nobody to use, right? You can't do anything. You can't go hunting.
You can't go anywhere. You can't go around them. You can't. That's just all you can do is land UFOs and take your sister wives on a stroll.
You can't go fishing.
Especially in the middle of the desert areas.
You can't do anything. You can virtually not even walk on it.
That's exactly right, sir. So
Right.
you were remedying that today.
I remember. No, I do remember. I have a great memory.
And Mr. President.
Yeah, I got a great memory. I remember doing that. Did I do that? We did that.
I know, Senator
And this
Lee's
is actually better than the first time. Oh, we're doing
It is better. Yeah, Senator Lee's been very involved, I know, in conversing with you.
Good. That's true. Mike, go ahead.
Smallest area compatible with the objects to be protected. That's always been the standard
The objects to be protected.
under the Antiquities Act. President Biden, President Clinton, and President Obama overlooked that standard. President Trump is fixing it today.
You had, thanks, Mike. You had
Finally.
something to say. I thought that was very important.
Celeste.
Well, I think it's worth noting for the press in the room that both of these monuments were created over the unanimous opposition of Utah's federal delegation, our governors, county commissioners, the locals who are worried about losing multiple uses on these federal lands. And we're standing here with the governor, the Speaker of the Utah House, the entire Utah federal delegation supporting a president listening to the people of Utah and saying, we know you
Well, the business people of Utah.
value this land, you want it used for multiple use and not locked up. And so this is a very different process than how the monuments were created.
Well, they took the land away from the people, quite honestly. It was ridiculous. And I remember Orrin Hatch, before he passed away, was a great
He was great before he passed away?
guy. He was a friend of mine. And
Afterwards, he was just an asshole.
he felt so strongly about this. And we signed, and then they terminated it after they got in office, which was crazy. And we're putting it back, but we're actually giving more than we did the first time back to the people of Utah. Please, go ahead.
Couldn't have said it better than Representative.
May I point
Yes,
something out?
please.
I think people don't understand. Utah is over 2/3 owned by the federal government. These counties where these monuments are at are over 90% federal land. When people make decisions about this 2,000 miles away, you can see how that steps on the local people who only control about 5 or 10% of the land with local government. So not only do you have all these dynamics, you have an economy. You can't pave roads, you can't build schools, you can't pay fire people, police
You can't build towns.
department because of this dynamic of 95% federal lands. The other
Yeah, he's not counting the native lands.
part of that is
He's counting it as federal.
Utahns will tell you they love these lands. They manage them better than people 2,000 miles away. So if this is about good management,
Well, sorry, if they can manage them, then what the fuck is the problem? He's saying that they don't want to have to manage them.
it really should be done in Utah by people who have demonstrated over decades and decades and decades and generations that they're good managers of this land.
Great.
Well, if they've done what? I thought the whole point is you can't manage it. It's unmanageable by the state. It's too expensive and all that kind of stuff. So they want to take it off. Jesus.
Job well said. Anybody?
Anybody want to say anything? This is so fucking boring.
No? You're leaving? I can't believe it.
I'm very, very excited.
I can't believe it. You're excited? Where are you going from here?
Well, can I say this first of all? We sat down with the previous administration and said, then we just work this out, so we don't have to keep going back and forth. Just work with us.
Right.
And we promised if we didn't, that once we have the power, we're going to make sure that the people's voices are heard. So thank you for helping us keep our promise.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the last administration did not understand that this would happen one day. So thank you so much.
Great honor. Let's sign.
Let's do it. Let's all
This is
sign.
very nice. I'm very happy about this.
Bill Pulte's going to be very happy.
And better
But I call it the Black Rock Act.
than the first time.
What's going on with his mouth as he signs now? Doc Adam, does anybody know?
Okay, here's number one.
He went pee-pee, and next he goes pee-pee.
Okay, number two. Here you go, Bill.
Thank you.
Almost 3 million acres. Going to be well taken care of now.
Again, what a jerk off. You think somebody said he's sounding out the letters? D, T, P, scribble, scribble, scribble in between.
Okay.
DP2. Right.
Pen, who should I give this to?
Who wants the pen? You guys love trinkets and toys and stuff. I made it. Can I tell you a 30-minute story about all the pens and how I talked them into giving them to us for cheap because we would buy them in bulk?
Governor's representative, right? And Mike, how about taking one, right? Thank you.
Whoops,
So, we've done something that was,
I'm back.
I think, very desperately needed. It was very unfair to the people of Utah. And now fairness has been brought back. It's going to be better taken care of. And they'll be able to use it a little bit. So there's something very nice about that.
There is something very nice about that. How's the reflecting pool going and the war? And I noticed they were doing a big dance about the CPI coming down because it's 2.6%. Because it dropped essentially because of the oil manipulation they were doing 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Do you have any questions about this, first of all? Most
No.
importantly, anybody want to talk about this?
I've got one.
Yeah, Jeff.
I've got one on Iran too, but I'll start with this. Just you said that 70% of the land was federal. Was there any other way to turn this around? How is it that I guess my question is how did it get there if it's a state?
Go ahead. You want to discuss that, please?
The land ownership is what it is, but under the Antiquities Act, 120 years ago, Congress made the decision to give presidents the power to designate by executive proclamation certain land as monument. It was supposed to be the smallest area compatible with the objects to be protected in connection with that. Now, initially, as the Deputy Secretary of the Interior explained a minute ago, that meant a few hundred, maybe 1,000 or 2 acres at the most. These are 3 million acres. As I explained to President Biden, that's 2 Delawares. It's been abused.
Yeah, that's not a dunk.
And so it was done by executive action. President Trump is right-sizing it to bring it in compliance with what the law says.
And Mr. President,
What it means is the federal government will manage the monument area, not the state.
just on Iran, you have said now to Congress that
Because the federal government still owns the land, but it's shifting the burden to the national taxpayer instead of the state that uses these lands for, tourism and whatnot.
expect this to take, and what the legal basis.
What? Take what?
The war.
How long do you expect the war to take?
Well, I think it's going very fast. We've demolished their military. We're hitting them very hard. We had a deal yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was all done.
No, it wasn't.
And then they broke up that deal immediately because they found out there was something in the deal they didn't like.
Maybe they should have read it before they made the deal.
And they're wired differently, and we're not going to put up with it. We are just going forward. We're attacking them tonight. We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait. And I think in the end, we will end up just controlling the whole thing.
Oh, sorry. This was filmed yesterday, late yesterday. So between this and Greg Kelly's thing, the number of their manufacturing went down. Interesting. I thought this was from this morning. So the Greg Kelly thing, where he said it was 84%. At this one, he says it's 89%. And so apparently they rebuilt 5%, the Iranians rebuilt 5% of their missile manufacturing capability between this meeting and his Greg Kelly interview.
What they're doing is being very foolish, very stupid, and they've treated people horribly. They've killed 52,000 protesters so far that we can determine. It might be more than that, but 52,000 protesters have been killed, and it's really a terrible situation. We'll have it under control very quickly.
You mentioned that you're going to...
Very quickly, yeah. This is the 2 to 4 week, or what is it? Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks thing that became 4 to 6 weeks, that became 4 to 6 months.
You're going to just hold on one second.
Wait.
I'm sorry, I was going to ask the
Be nice, Jeff. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr.
I have
President.
to teach him to be nice.
Thank you, Mr. President. On your presidency, so a lot of us here actually witnessed a miracle 2 years ago today as we were on the ground covering your rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Right.
You said a lot of times that you believe that God has saved your life. Has there been a moment throughout your presidency?
Well, the Antichrist would be a necessary part of the prophecy playing out. You just can't have it without him. He's got to, and all of the people that lead up to him actually doing the thing. So, God has a whole plan apparently for letting all kinds of assholes run wild to build towards that. Also, subscribe, will you? Can I just? Will you just? That's all. You just got to hit the subscribe button, and it's all good. It's good.
So far, where you thought this is why God kept you here.
Yes, he kept him there to sign executive orders for the state of Utah that he has never read.
Well, we're doing a lot. We have a country that I use the expression "Make America Great Again," and we've done far more than anyone thought possible, including maybe even me. We've done things that are unreal. At $19.2 trillion.
Well, they're not real, I guess.
The money being invested in our country is more than any country has ever had by many times. We have trillions of dollars.
He's got a lot of rasp going on and a lot of saliva
coming in because of the tariffs and the proper use of tariffs, because all of the things.
The proper use of tariffs. You mean now because you were improperly using them and you lost at the Supreme Court?
I think because of the election. November 5th was a very important day.
Wasn't it?
When you look at the military, we have the strongest military in the world. We rebuilt it largely during my first term. And we have recruitment now. We're setting records in recruitment. We had, if you go back to the campaign when I used to talk about it, the last administration, they couldn't recruit soldiers. We needed soldiers in every single branch of our military, and that included police and firemen. Nobody wanted to do anything having to do with the uniform.
The military does not include police and firemen, and as a matter of fact, it's kind of a crucial difference because we specifically don't police our streets with the military. We got 100 likes. We can do better. We can do better. Hit the like, everybody, real quick, while you're here.
They weren't proud of the country, and now the people are very, very proud to be an American. Our country is
but enough about Lee Greenwood.
Doing phenomenally well. We're respected all over the world. If I go, no matter where I go, we just got back from NATO, and I think you saw the response.
Really? How was that? How is NATO this time of year? Is the fishing good at NATO? Stan?
It was like a very beautiful thing, actually. It was a total response, totally positive response. No matter where we go, we're respected again, maybe respected more than ever before. So,
which is a testament to all the NATO leaders' capacity for bullshitting.
I appreciate the question, but that's pretty much it.
I ran out of shit. I had all my muscle memory horse shit that I said from the campaign and all that kind of stuff, and I just keep saying it, and now I'm done.
Thank you. Cameron Arkin with Town Hall. I was curious about our reports about Iranian drones in Cuba. There are concerns about that.
Oh, yeah, we're probably going to have to hit them then.
Where does the relationship with the U.S. stand there? Is military intervention still on the table there?
Well, if they do have that, and they might very well have that, we'll take care of it. Marcos.
Look at that. Somebody gifted memberships. Thank you so much.
Just in the other room. And if they do have that, we'll take care of it in short order. We're not going to have a problem. We're not going to allow that to happen. So it could be that they're storing some. We're looking into it now. It could.
He just heard it. We're not looking into it now. We're not. He just heard that.
Be so, and it maybe isn't. But we'll figure it out fast.
And what are you expected to speak about on Thursday evening?
I'm going to speak on Thursday.
He's gonna bullshit about Georgia as a way of getting the SAVE Act passed. That's what they're trying to do. He's just co-opting the fucking primetime address thing the president does to put leverage on people to get the Save America Act passed. That's what he's doing. Plus some bullshit about, like, I gave notice to Congress that we're warring in Iran again, which he did like 6 days ago.
We were thinking one of the nights, but this has been such a busy news day today with all that's happening. A lot of very positive things have happened, including the Indy. We're going to have an Indy race, as you know, in 41 days. And that's going to be incredible. Around the Capitol, around down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's going to be something. They have 250,000.
Not even going now. You broke the darn car.
Tickets ordered. It'll be like UFC, which set.
It'll be like UFC. So it'll be the second bouncy house that we'll have in front of the White House.
Every record in the book for that business, which is
that business. No, it didn't.
The business of fighting.
It just fucking didn't. It just did not. It did not break all the records. It didn't even come close. Just stop. Just say it was a big fight and just talk about how great it was to be there if you think so. Because at least that's in the world of opinion. But it did not. It did not break all the records.
It's going to be great. And I just, while we're talking, I have to pay on behalf of Mike and myself, and I think everybody's standing behind me very strongly. I want to pay my respects to Lindsey, who was our friend. He was a friend of all of us. He was a great guy. He was a great politician, actually. And
I got to tell you, Mike Lee's not a fan for a lot of reasons.
It's hard to believe he's gone. He spoke to me just before he passed away.
He's also been using Lindsey Graham's death to push the SAVE Act. It was like it was dying wish that we passed the SAVE Act.
Say hello. He got back. He felt fine. He was a little tired. And then this whole thing happened. And it's, boy, it's tough. So the flags are at half mast until...
half mask? The flags are at half mask? Is that a Freudian slip about the life Lindsey was living versus the life that he displayed?
So the flags are at half mask until...
Hask and then half mask. So he just fucked that up twice with the same catch.
Saturday evening, which is an extended period of time, generally speaking, but I think he deserves it. And he's a fantastic person. He was a fantastic man.
There you go, was.
He was actually a great politician. He got
Why the actually part?
along with almost everybody. And when he didn't get along, they knew it. He was tough, but he was a good man. He was very much in favor of the Save America Act. He called me.
Yeah, there you go.
About that, we were talking.
He did. He called me about it. He's like, I'm having chest pains, but you know what would really be great?
About that and some other things, but he just felt tired.
Yeah, you weren't really listening to that other stuff.
But he felt fine. And then this horrible thing happened just a short time afterwards. So it was terrible. I just want to pay our respects.
Mr. President, you mentioned that Iran has agreed to a deal and then walked away from it. Have you reached the conclusion that a negotiated settlement won't be able to happen?
No, I never reach that conclusion, but...
Yeah, I don't reach conclusions. Other people reach conclusions, and then if it's the right conclusion, I'll take credit for it, and if it's the wrong conclusion, I will blame them.
We're hitting them very heavy tonight, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're hitting them...
Yeah, they'll take it and they'll like it.
Tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years, and we're hitting them very hard.
No, we used a bunch of shit. We have less.
And it'll continue, and we'll see what happens.
It's just so weird.
But
you don't actually produce weapons by setting them off.
We're knocking out all of their offensive...
Every time a missile explodes, an angel gets its wings and makes another missile.
...capability, and we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back. And it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business...
That's what it was before. The
blockade.
blockade.
And can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade.
So strong. So strong.
The blockade was probably more effective even than hitting them, but I think the combination is the thing that really does.
But you think a deal is still possible? You think they'll return to the...
Yeah, I think a deal is possible. Sure, I do.
Yeah, but it'll depend on if I want the stock market to go up temporarily or down.
Mr. President, you noted the United States is bombing Iran again. I mean, you've been bombing Iran for months now. Is this just the new normal for the American people?
No, well, we're in Vietnam for 19 years. We're here for 4 months. So I think we've done a lot.
Four?
We've knocked out their Navy in a period of 1 month. We knocked out their Air Force. Their Air Force is non-existent. We knocked out most of their missiles, most of their drones. We knocked out their drone manufacturing capability, about 92%. Their missile capability for manufacturing, we knocked out 89%.
He's making up these numbers, by the way, just straight up. Like, there's no fucking way to know with this kind of precision, and he's not even saying about. Like, it's a fucking cartoon.
And they have a little capability, but they don't have any capability for us. This is almost a military.
They hit the boats with cruise missiles, you dumb son of a bitch.
Skirmish. Now, with all of that being said,
yeah, it's a little skirmishy. Sometimes it gets they can get a little skirmishy.
You have to get people that want to make something. We had a deal with them 2 days ago, and then they said,
no, we did not.
No, we can't make that deal. We have to negotiate it further. And this is...
Yeah, we're in the negotiation phase. That's what the MOU was about, right?
What they've done for 47 years.
Oh,
the difference is nobody negotiated like I do. And this...
You mean just uses the military as leverage? You mean threatens and strong arms?
Should have been done by Bush and Obama and Biden and people before them. Frankly, it's 47 years they've been ripping off.
It's weird. You were in that mix. You know, you've been there once before, and you didn't do that. You just tore up the deal and moved on.
Everybody, and really hurt again, killing thousands of people. So they killed 52,000 protesters, but they killed many, many people with Soleimani, who I killed in the first term. Soleimani killed many people, many.
Also, what? Then who are you negotiating with? We'll get to that.
Many people, and not only killed. When you see a young former soldier walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been horribly, horribly hurt, that was done by Iran. That was done by Soleimani, who was a person that was very evil. He was an evil genius. He was looking to take out a lot of our military installations in Iraq and Iran. And I got him before he got us.
So tired.
So we have to do what we're doing. And the strait is open. It will be open.
It is open. It will be open. It might be open. It's not open.
We've cut down their capability very substantially, but
yeah, we've cut it down substantially. But it will be. It's not open. I mean, like open. There's varying degrees of open.
They're going to fight for a while.
For a while? How many years? Like, we're talking Vietnam numbers?
Our military has done a fantastic job.
Fantastic. So don't question me about my stupid fucking strategy, because then you're insulting our military, who has to carry out the strategy whether it's good or not. And again, kids, remember with Trump, just because it's stupid doesn't mean it's not the plan.
You know the bottom line, though, and I say it.
They cannot have a nuclear, I call it a denuclearization.
Everybody, and I say it as much as they want to listen, Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. If we didn't bomb them with the B-2 bombers, that plane right there.
Well, obviously, a bigger one. But
we didn't bomb them, they would have had a nuclear weapon long ago. Within 1 month from the day we bombed them, they would have had, if we didn't do it, they would have had a nuclear.
It's 2 weeks, 1 month. What's the difference?
Weapon. If they had a nuclear weapon, Israel would no longer be with us. And the Middle East probably would no longer be with us, because you saw they
Iran's in the Middle East, but okay.
Sent missiles to 5 different countries that never even knew they were involved.
Well, they have our military bases in them. This has been a point of contention with them for a long time.
Because they're stone cold crazy. They are.
You just said they were sane and cool and better than the original leaders and respectful, and you can talk to them.
Crazy. And we're not going to put it up. Yeah, I want to be reimbursed because we're protecting a very rich portion of the world. We're spending money. And so what we've done is we are going to be reimbursed for protection. We're protecting by the countries that we're helping. For instance, you look at the 5 countries. You have Saudi Arabia. You have UAE. You have Qatar, or Qatar as I always say. You have Qatar, Bahrain. And by the way, you have others. You have Kuwait, and you have others. And they will
5+
do very well. But we think it's appropriate that we don't need them. You know, we have more oil than any other country in the world. When you add Venezuela, which has been amazing.
Why the fuck would we add Venezuela to our oil? It's a different country.
Which has tremendous amounts of oil that we control.
Holy shit.
You add Venezuela and everything else, we have more than 50% of the world's supply. We don't need it, but we need it from the standpoint of protecting allies, etc.
Ah, fuck. For all the maggots in the back, I'll say this for the umpteenth, thousandth fucking time. How much oil do we use every day in millions of barrels? Somewhere between 20 and 21.5 million barrels a day. That's how much the United States uses every day. Somewhere between 20 and 21.5. How much do we produce? 13.5 max. Does that sound like we're energy independent? For real. We got to stop talking about it like energy independence, because once we get off oil, well, and we electrify our commuter cars, we're going to have to talk about something I like to call grid sovereignty, which we'll be discussing on Friday with our dear friend Rob Glenn.
Israel, including Saudi Arabia, including Qatar, including UAE. We're protecting all of them, and we've done a very effective job. So 4 months ago, these people had military that was very strong, by far the strongest probably in the Middle East. They were called the bully of the Middle East. Now they don't.
Also, again, kind of a Russia-like myth. Completely debatable. You could argue that Saudi Arabia has a lot more shit.
Have a navy. They have 159 ships underwater. They had a total of 159 ships. Now every one of them is underwater. They had 230 airplanes, attack planes.
If they're all underwater, why'd you have to hit the repair shop? Oh, right.
They're all gone. They're gone. They had tremendous radar.
But are they gone?
It's all gone. They had tremendous anti-aircraft. It's all gone. Sadly, their leadership is all gone.
If they don't have any anti-aircraft, why aren't we bombing them? Why don't we just have like fighter jets and bombers come in and hit targets directly instead of firing from the boats? For real. I mean, they can be high enough in the air and fast enough where, surface-to-air missiles aren't going to hit them. And if they don't have any to start with, what's the big deal? Oh, it's a lie. That's right. Sorry.
Tier leaders are all dead. Their second-tier leaders are all dead. Their third-tier leaders, who we're dealing with, more or less.
Mostly less.
Some of them are already gone. And then you read fake news like your network, CNN, which is...
You read it?
Fake news.
You read CNN?
You have them say, well, actually, aren't they doing quite well? Let me just tell you, they have now inflation of over 300%. 4 months ago, they had inflation of 5%. Now,
yeah, I got to tell you, this sounds like the bullshit people say outside a city that they got under siege in the 12th century. And like, they got nothing inside. They got fucking few pigs, a few goats. 6 months later, your guys are all dying of dysentery, and they're standing on the wall eating chicken legs.
300, could be 350%. They made a deal, they broke it, probably 10 times. And they killed a lot of people. They killed our people. But the protesters, what they've done to the protesters, 52,000.
Yeah, you said that number already. Yeah, that was earlier. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen any of the burial lots where they're burying the protesters? They killed 52,000 protesters.
And you're still negotiating with these people, is my point.
Protesters. And on my watch, they can't do any of that. So we have them in a position that they don't have any military. There's not a thing they can do about it. All they have is fake.
Well, then again, why don't we just invade, I guess? What's the problem with boots on the ground if they don't have anything?
News, because they have the fake news, would rather see us lose the war than win the war, which is really treasonous, in a certain way.
In a certain way, except it isn't.
So
that fucking free speech thing, man.
We're doing another very major attack tonight.
Well, it's totally major.
They want to make a deal. They came back. We made a deal 2 days ago, and they want to make a deal. They've been...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Negotiating for 47 years.
And this time they're telling the truth?
But nobody's ever hit them militarily. We're hitting them very hard. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, yeah, he just got sick of answering the question and bailed.
Thank you,
guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're talking about it.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
decide very soon on that.
Thanks, guys. Keep going. Thank you, guys.
Peter, keep going. Thank you.
Get out before they got to change the chair. They got to change the chair. Oh my God. I mean, across the board, there's obviously an issue. Let's see if I can get rid of that guy. Okay, let's just go straight to sort of like the hot potatoing of this douchebag's ever shifting story about what the plan, if there is one, is for Iran. Good Lord. So this is I'll get like this is the egregious nature of all this. And by the way, I'd like to remind you to subscribe, if you will, to the show. Just hit subscribe. You can do it. I've got millions of watch hours and views and less than 100,000 subscribers. It's weird. Even all the AIs I had look at my channel, and they are myriad, were like, that's interesting. A lot of people watch your channel. You're like their side piece. Well, you better put a ring on it. Just it's way easier. You don't have to put a ring on. Just hit subscribe. It's not a thing. Okay, so this is just like the level of like pathetic, performative, shitheel masculinity is, as a proponent of what I would call tonic masculinity, you're welcome. This like wannabe shit from Stretch Ben Shapiro, Timu Ross from Friends, is extra aggravating. Thank you. Aggregating. I'm already doing the math. Waters, this could be the kill shot. Really? Unlike the last one, where they killed the one before the last one, where they killed the Ayatollah and then they killed the other guys. And this could be. Could it? Could it really? What a fucking douchebag. Well, they're really using that alert. Is everything alert these days?
Fox News alert, we're bombing Iran for the third straight night, and oil sanctions and the blockade back on.
Man, it's exciting. So that whole prices maybe coming down, just not a thing anymore. Okay, that's just put a pin in that for now, or
very heavy tonight, as you know. We're hitting it with,
as you know,
we have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years. And we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens. But we're knocking out all of their offensive capability, and we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back, and it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business with Iran can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade. The blockade was probably
it's a mockade.
More effective even than hitting them.
Iran violated the terms of the deal. They agreed in writing not to attack tankers in the Strait and not to charge tolls.
No, they didn't. They absolutely did fucking not. Where is this? Citation fucking needed, dipshit. No, they did not. The memorandum of understanding gives them tacit control over the Strait in entirety. It's the first thing that's ever been on paper that establishes that between the President of the United States and them. He signed it. Now, granted, Trump signed it upside down and in Farsi, so I'm guessing he could have some plausible deniability from that. Is that the theory we're going with? Holy shit.
It was a test, and they failed.
Oh, okay. It was a test. I didn't realize. That makes a lot more sense now. For me, I thought it was an actual, memorandum of understanding. I mean, to me, considering the seriousness of what we're going through, I'm you know what? This is my fault. I blame me. I'm too trusting. That's what it is. Hold on. Let me drag this over here. Boink. And I'm going to go to here. And then I'm going to go to, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Gotcha. Okay. Got it. But does it work? I'm gonna push this button. We'll see. It works. All right, good. Look, I need moments of stupid joy in my life to deal with this crap. Okay. It's out.
The strait's closed. It's not. The United States, just like we did with
It's half closed and half fucking dangerous.
Operation Freedom, is ushering ships through the southern part of the strait.
That's what we're doing. We're ushering them through.
Countries,
the ones that just got hit with a fucking cruise missile.
These vessels can get in and out if they want to, except now for Iran's. Since America doesn't need the oil, the world does.
But our price is set by the world price.
The president floating a freedom toll.
I want to be reimbursed because we're protecting a very rich portion of the world.
Oh, he walked this the fuck back. We talked about this on Fox Business News, on a Fox Business News clip yesterday, and they were like, 20% on everything that gets... What are you talking about? Like, it was just protection racket bullshit. And he says it again here, and then in the meeting with the Iraq guy, he was like, yeah, after I said that, a bunch of, royals called me and said they don't like it. They're just going to invest in our country if I don't do that. They were basically saying, well, I'll show you what they said. It's fucked up.
And so what we've done is we are going to...
Me too, Anita.
...be reimbursed for protection. We're protecting by the countries that we're helping.
No more love taps. Trump says it's time for...
Love taps.
...for bitch slaps.
We're hitting them very hard. We had a deal yesterday.
Notice Jesse Waters only has sort of misogynistic violence towards women analogies at his command. This is the only thing he can use.
It was all done, and then they broke up that deal immediately because they found out there was something in the deal they didn't like, and they're wired differently, and we're not going to put up with it. We are just going forward. We're attacking them tonight. We're taking out all of their capability for anything having to do with the Strait, with the Hormuz Strait. And I think in the end, we will end up just controlling the whole thing.
Jesus Christ. No, we won't.
So while commercial traffic's being protected by an American security umbrella,
which it isn't.
At the same time, CENTCOM launching 3 straight nights of devastating airstrikes.
Right. So your wrist is fucking clicking now because you've been fapping with such ferocity watching black and white bombing video
against enemy targets on the coastline. 140 targets to be exact.
Ooh, be exact.
Coming from fighter jets, naval ships, and one-way attack drones, hitting their air defense systems, radar sites, missile and drone sites, and the Mosquito fleet. And for the first time ever, we deployed one-way attack sea drones. 3 Corsair unmanned sea...
Sorry, what, we're 2 fucking years behind Ukraine?
Sea drones were sent to one of Iran's most crucial ports, Bandar Abbas Naval Base. The sea drones picked off an Iranian submarine, 24-foot speedboats, basically, and they can carry 1,000 pounds on board. They're made in Texas, $1 million a pop. So they were also used to save our boys on that Apache that went down a few weeks back, remember?
I totally remember.
And that's not the only thing in the water. We have...
I should hope not.
2 aircraft carriers in theater, the Lincoln...
Yeah, we've had them there the whole time.
And the George H.W. Bush. They come strapped with F-35 stealth fighter jets and Super Hornets.
Very exciting. Are you getting hard? Why did the Gerald R. Ford have to go away? Oh, because it was fucking struck and you lied about it.
15 destroyers also operating close by. We still have about...
Operating. You mean destroying?
10 to 15% of enemy targets that still have yet to be hit. Not because we couldn't hit them, but...
Sorry. We've been hitting that last 15% for the fucking, 2 months, 3 months?
Because we decided to show a little mercy and cut a deal.
Oh, that's sweet.
But the Iranians, they violated it.
Oh, how dare they?
Why?
Because your idea of violating it is they followed the letter of what they signed and Trump didn't bother to read it?
Well, the decapitation strikes at the start of the war were so successful, we completely fractured the Iranian leadership.
Brilliant tactical move.
And now it's clear that the politicians who signed this memorandum of understanding didn't have the clout to enforce it.
Oh. Jeez, what are you talking? What the hell? Yeah. You're just coming around to the point I've been making since this shit happened? Who the fuck are you talking to if you killed everybody, you shithead? They're very reasonable. Yeah, so reasonable the IRGC will shoot them in the forehead if they bring up the idea of, getting rid of their nukes.
Military faction. They don't want peace.
Right, and they're not part of the negotiation, so what the fuck are we even talking about?
And they see their power slipping away.
No, they don't. They're taking over.
They don't want us to come get the dust. They don't want to make a deal with the devil. And
yeah, that's your
they're
job,
broke.
I guess.
And they only have one card left to play.
Death and destruction? Whee!
And that's terrorism.
Right.
Firing on unarmed commercial ships. Firing missiles.
Wait, we fired on unarmed that went through our blockade. We fired on their engine compartments. Remember that shit? What are you talking about? If they tried to violate the embargo, or I mean the steel wall, whatever you wanted to call it, the wall of steel. If they tried to move through that, we shot them. We did that to at least 3 ships.
Discriminately at their neighbors. The president's probably considering another round of decapitation strikes.
Because he's so mad at the people he was talking to who were very reasonable until they weren't.
And we have the intel. Sources on the ground and eyes in the sky. We know where everybody is.
Fabulous.
Even the gay Ayatollah. They misbehave, pain. That's why we structured the deal like this. The president...
We didn't structure the deal.
Had enough.
Oh, okay, first of all, this motherfucker's never read the MOU. Let's just start there. And I think he refused to, just to give himself plausible deniability.
We're going to take out Pickaxe Mountain. Tell the Iranians to be ready.
I will.
Let them know we're coming, okay? There's not a damn thing they can do about it.
That's him on Hugh Hewitt's show, I guess.
Pickaxe Mountain is where U.S. intelligence believes the enemy was going to move their enriched uranium at the start of the war. Now Trump's threatening the kill shot. And their crown jewels on the table. Here's former CENTCOM General Frank McKenzie.
Seizing Cargill, and should we elect to do that? And I would just say, as an aside, that's something we should think about doing, because
we'll think about it.
Possession of...
I thought about it, and I was like, no.
Iranian soil would be a significant factor in future negotiations with Iran.
Today, oil closed in the high 70s.
Yes, good old-fashioned imperialism.
Still down from 120 at the...
Carl, how many decapitations can you have by definition? Yeah. I gotta say, there's, I think we're, maybe it's like a hydra. Maybe that's what we're dealing with.
Start of this. Gas prices have fallen considerably since spring highs. And the commander-in-chief seems committed to seeing this operation through.
Even though the prices are going to go back up?
We have the strongest military in the world. You saw that with Venezuela. You're seeing that right now with Iran for 47 years around.
Iran?
47 years in a row they were pushing people around.
Including you, I guess, last time?
They're not pushing us around. We're pushing them around.
Well, that's good. All right, so this is all just like a fight at the lockers.
Jim Hansen, former U.S. Army Special Forces, president of World Strat. Jim, you and I back to Iran on a Monday. Looks like the blockade's back, the oil sanctions slap back on. How do you see these new developments?
I think the Iranians got on President Trump's last nerve with this refusal to negotiate in good faith. And we've heard from inside...
Wait, sorry, his refusal to negotiate in good faith, or...?
...the country, that there are fractures inside both the IRGC and the Council of Experts, their ayatollahs. So there is not any kind of concerted energy inside there. And all of them now have to be considering the fact that the end game for this may be the end of the Islamic Republic if they don't play their cards right.
When you say end of the Republic, what do you mean by that?
I'm going to guess, I think the phrase is regime change?
I don't mean U.S. going in, invading, and toppling.
No. I mean, yeah.
The regime using our boots on the ground. But there are an awful lot of people in that country who have had enough of that 47 years of death and destruction, of that waste of their blood and their treasure.
Yes, let's just airdrop weapons into the area and see what happens. I gotta tell you, like, I'm so over that shit. I need to show you guys something else, though. Hold on, it's gonna take me a moment to gather it up. Hit the like, share the show, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Is it in the AK thing? I think it's this. No, it's gonna be in. It's. Where did I do it? Pictures. I know where I'll find it. Here we go. The Monday thumbnail. Here we go. Okay, yeah, here it is. I've got to show you something, and then it'll take me a second to download it. I know it's stupid. I know, but it's worth it, I think. So there was a piece of, a piece of video that happened yesterday. I probably should have tied this to the Utah thing we did earlier. Get it back up here. There we go. This is it. Is that it? Come on, you. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Almost there. There you go. Okay. Save image as what do you want me to call this? I don't know if you guys got to see this yesterday. Simmer down. I'm on a schedule. All right. But there was a guy hit by a bison. Did you see the guy that was hit by the bison? Let me know in the chat room if you got to see the bison strike. A little bit. I just need a palate cleanser. But there was a guy at Yellowstone who was he was tossed into the air by a bison, and I think I have the raw footage. Yeah, here it is. This is the open link in new tab. Here you go. So, in case I'll show you this, prepare yourself because it's first of all, the guy is okay. Let's start there. We're okay. I just want you to know we're all right. Okay? He's not dead. He didn't die. The harm that, let's see. There we go. Now I'll move this up here. There you go. But I'm going to show you this. This is I think this is the New York Post version of it. But the bison's fine. But they were taking pictures of this bison and just did not, so it didn't like it. So it was chasing this guy around, and a truck went by right and before this and drew the bison's ire. So it started heading towards the truck, and the truck drove off, and then it saw the grandpa and started chasing him through the woods. And you will see him run through there. You can see him run through, and he did a pretty good job at one point of weaving between the trees. Woo! And then, yeah, it got a hold of him. And for those of you that that's amazing. He only got a 7.2 from the Russian judge, but I thought he stuck the landing considering the launch. Yeah, the form, gorgeous. And the nice thing is that I came up with a product for him so that he could monetize it. I think there so we're going to be I'm going to try and sell these on the on the website. I think they're going to be great. Air Grandpa's, 2 fly, stay high, and it's got the actual logo of the dude, from the real hit. There you go. You can't go wrong. Yeah. So that's pretty 100% buffalo leather, ladies and gentlemen. The limited edition, only made from the one buffalo that tried to fuck him up. And so get your air grandpas today. It's almost a shameless plug. That's right.
It's time for a shameless plug. Oh yeah, it's shameless plug time.
Yeah. So that would be it. Oh, by the way, real quick, we've moved this show for reasons that I have to I'll explain later to October, closer to the Nerd Halen dates, and it's the thing because of it's a mix of things, but the main thing was a family first issue. So I apologize to anybody who's going to come this weekend on Friday. I will make it up to you, I promise. Also, the Flapper show, which was going to be on the 31st, and then we had a Nerd Halen date, and that got moved, is going to be a week from Friday on the 24th. So just letting you guys know, this is no longer, this is going to be, Barrel Proof Lounge will be October 2nd now, in theory. We're working on the date right now, but it'll be closer to that. So I will be at that place, in that part. And it'll be actually closer to the run I'm doing with the Sexy Liberal stuff. So why are the overlays so hard to, there we go. So hard to hide in this particular instance. There we go. That's yeah. And then we turn this on, and then we turn this on. Nope. We turn, where is this? Where would it be? Where did you, what? Okay. This is why this happens all the time. I don't understand it. All right, so we'll go to this one. Anyways, Sexy Liberal, October 24th. That was my shameless plug for the time. But back to the other shameless plug, which is, I'm going to make some merch. I'm kidding, by the way. This is not a real shoe. When I saw the dude's outline when he went flying, I just could not stop myself. And I was like, you know what? People say AI does all sorts of terrible things, but this is one of the situations where the way it allows me to speed up my work to make it more timely. That's the value. Because I could have done this, but it would have taken me a month and everybody would have forgotten about it. Yeah, Air Cletus. So pick you up some Air Grandpas and we'll have some fun in the morning. Now, in line with, let's see. Oh, and so this is people want to know how this turned out. Boom. And then some other people started yelling at the Bison, because it was rutting over by there and the car was honking, so it left the guy alone. But in the beginning, the grandpa and his son were taking pictures, and it was, I got to tell you guys, watch this. So he's rolling around. That's adorable. The minute he does this, he's just getting up. That part where he does this business and he starts stomping his front feet and his tail is wagging. So that's the vehicle that caught his eye. And then he just diverted. I can't get that, so I'll go run somebody over. And then he ran around. The kid was a lot more fleet-footed and was able to dodge him. But the grandpa got over there and hid behind a tree for a moment, and it was just pissed off. And he should have backed away into the truck, but he didn't. And he tried to outrun it, and it saw him and came back for him. And then he didn't do a weave at the last part, and that was a big mistake. He should have juked. I think the technical term is that he zigged when he should have zagged. And who hasn't done that? So I hope he's all right, and he's got a hell of a story to tell. And if somebody does not take this guy's friggin', where did I put it? If somebody doesn't take that logo and put it on give him an award I don't know if anybody in his family loves him enough. I'll do it. He should have a medallion that's just this. Yeah, you cannot outrun a bison. You can leverage your flexibility, but yeah. And you can climb a tree. If you climb a tree that's big enough, they can't get you. So, yes, E. Jean Carroll got her money. That's excellent, too. It was a drive-by bisoning. Right. Okay, one more thing. So, where is it? Is it over here? It's in the rumbly shit. Okay, this is the part that's driving me fucking crazy. And I'll finish with this tonight because you guys are wonderful and I adore you. Hit the like, share the show. It's House Sparks Mega Worldwide. Do not try teasing Bison. That man was a professional. One of the things I've been, really pushing on in this MOU nonsense and this back and forth and we're negotiating and blah, 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 is my whole thing about like who. And if you killed the people that were relatively reasonable at the beginning, you're down to the bare bones at this point. You're down to the lunatics. If you're talking to people who can talk to the IRGC, this is the hardliners. These are the people who are ready for Armageddon, right? And it's funny how it took them a bit, but the maggot faithful are finally getting around to it. Here's Steve Bannon, the only man in the world who cured Lyme disease by already having a worse form of Lyme disease and started giving it to ticks. Talking with some, gun advocate 2A dude who's got, he's got to have a gun in his shop to be spicy or whatever. Tej Gill, TJ, Tej Gill. The problem with negotiating with Iran now is that we've killed all the moderates and now the hardliners are running the country. No fucking shit, buddy. Holy, this is what we've been saying. All right, I'm sick of this whole, I didn't vote for this. We didn't know this was coming. You have no excuse. We told you. I told you show. Ugh. Oh, and then there's
setting up the delivery to find out if they're honest.
They're not. We don't care. All right.
I'm Renton, founder of Immersed, now the most
Excellent.
used AR/VR productivity app in the world. We call it Visor, a work-focused spatial computer that's 70% lighter.
Awesome.
Tej Gill, isn't that the theory of the case of special warfare and commandos and Navy SEALs? They want to weed out the ribbon clerks very quickly from these training programs, and then take the people that can actually make it through the initial kind of couple of weeks, and then put you under intense pressure to see how anti-fragile and see if you actually grow and become better and become tougher. That pressure is needed, that chaos is needed, that stress is needed to get down to the core of.
Yeah, you're not going to become macho because you can talk to somebody who actually went through basic training the hard way, dickhead.
Character. This is what happened in the revolution. This is the testing we're going through right now as a country. What was it like in your training as a SEAL, sir?
100%, Steve. Pressure makes diamonds. You got to put constant pressure on people, and then
It also crushes a lot of things.
That's how you grow character. That's how you.
It also gives people aneurysms and arrhythmias.
Bring out people's talents and abilities. Like you said, our forefathers were rebels. They created this amazing, great country by fighting back against tyranny. The English in 1776 was
Oh, really? Is that how it went down? I should look that up.
an incredible time. I think
incredible.
We need that again. Our country.
Nope. We do not need that again.
Is filled full of corrupt politicians, corrupt leaders.
Yeah, corrupt leaders are not a monarchy. That's not your loss of freedom. You voted for people. Shut the fuck up.
Robbed at every corner.
No, you're not. You're not being robbed at every corner, or you wouldn't have all that gack on your fucking window. If you're being robbed at every corner, how the fuck do you sell your branded coffee, you dipshit?
Point makes diamonds. That's these selection programs.
Yeah, and China makes hats, and you sell them. What's your point?
These special operations units and military wide,
Oh
you know,
my God.
it's not all just physical, because we have guys that show up that are literally Olympic athletes and they wash out. So you have to be mentally tough, mentally prepared.
Yeah, but in all fairness, they were luge champs.
And you have to
do swimmers wash out?
Have the wherewithal to withstand time under pressure.
No, that's the
yeah, that's the thing where people get together and they're like, ah, and you're like winning and something. Yeah, totally. Say that part again.
It's you can have be the great.
Yeah, when you put it and everybody's like, oh, and it's like, and boom. I feel so motivated right now.
Athlete in the world, but you're going to wash out. And in fact, if you go and
it's just like these wars that are going on right now in between.
It's totally just like these wars that are going on right now, plural.
Between the United States and Iran and Russia and Ukraine, you know, it's a test of time. It's a wherewithal. It's a grind. You have to be able.
Sorry, you have to be able to win a war to win the war.
To withstand the grind if you want to win. If you can't withstand the grind, then don't.
Or grime. And by the way, you're forgiven for looking at a video image of Steve Bannon and going grime.
Get into the game. So it's a war of attrition.
So
the selection programs. Sorry.
No, the president sent over notification to the House and Senate, I think last night, that we're officially back at war. I guess the MOU is gone now, and we're back at war to start the 60-day clock. Your thoughts about that, sir?
It's a grind like coffee. Speaking of grinds, we've got our decaf, which will not, make your pecker soft, like people say.
Unfortunately, that's the case. I think Trump wants to get out of this war.
Really? Based on what?
He was looking for a quick, decisive victory like Venezuela. He did not want this long, drawn-out war that it's turning into.
Sorry, so the military is failing him?
My take on it is I think he's trying to bomb them into submission or
you think?
Bomb them back to the table. But the problem is the Iranians, they're tough hombres, like you would say, and they've been living under sanctions, embargoes, and everything since the early 80s. So bringing them back to the table is going to be difficult because we killed all.
You think
all the moderates? So now the hot.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's some motivating factors out there.
Hardliners are running the country, and Iran has created a decentralized command structure. So it's difficult to get.
Unlike Trump, which is the maggotum all just kind of stems from his anus out through the country, and once he dies, every vein of it dies, every branch and root.
Centralized commands and bring them back to the negotiating table. So the question is, who is really in charge of Iran right now?
Gee,
but we'll see. Hopefully it ends quick.
We'll see. Hopefully it ends quick.
Okay, centralized command structure, and then I got to talk about the greatest coffee in the world.
Oh man, it's a fucking ad.
Because I need a big pot, and we're going to need big pots through Thursday night. By the way, Thursday we're going to do wall-to-wall coverage. Don't read. The Axios is saying it's going to be was it potpourri? It's a potpourri of a speech. That is not a phrase that I've ever heard Donald John Trump. I think it means a bouquet of many different.
No, it doesn't. It's a lot of ingredients thrown together.
Flavor. I don't know. I just know that's not a. This is the guy that said locker room. It's not locker room banter. It's locker room talk. So
that solves it.
He's not a potpourri guy. Decentralized command structure, sir.
Yeah, I just want to also touch on the hardliners that are now running Iran. They're not just hardliner Iranian nationalists. So it's not just about the fight for Iran. These guys are religious.
Oh my God, I just saw the title on his hat. It's Warpath Coffee.
They believe Islam should control the entire Middle East and the world. So, we took out the moderates, and now we're dealing with religious extremists.
Man, it's almost like we should have thought this shit through.
And Iranian nationalists. So they want to control the entire Middle East. And then on the other side, you have Israel.
Yeah, this is exactly why other presidents didn't do this specifically this way.
And they want to control the Middle East. And then on our side, we want denuclearization and we want freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. So
is that really what we want? I mean, the rest of us want, but
it's tough to bring this thing to an end.
Is it
at this point? So we'll see what happens.
At this point, this is so stupid. Like how? I guess they just have to talk themselves into Trump really wants to do something, but you just can't. You're just in a position, and I have no idea how we got in this position. But once you're in to this much, what choice do you have? You need regime change. You got to knock them out. In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess, or a pounding.
Stand by. That's why I think the president's done the forcing function at the 20%. That'll get everybody's attention in.
Sorry, he's talking to Iran like they're the Proud Boys now.
That region, including the Royal Navy, everybody. Talk to me about. I need a big pot of Warpath coffee right now.
Oh, fuck you. Everything is an ad on the right now. Everything devolves into an advertisement, which I do not do, for the record. Meanwhile, though, let's see somebody who's really in support of the Iran war. Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's going to be an ad, isn't it? AI. Was that like dry explosive
and elevate
diarrhea?
Your campaign performance with tapped audiences.
All right, the United States and Israel, though Israel's not declared it, but it's been confirmed it's them.
Yeah, they know. We already got the document.
Have been bombing Iran off and on, as you know, for 4 days very intensely.
6 months.
Sending in for the
give or take
first time sea-based drones, boats, robot boats.
Robot boats.
Little glorified canoes that are...
Wow. Fuck you, U.S. military, and your little glorified canoes. You mean those little, like water skiing boats that they retrofit with an RC controller?
Of the landing zones and...
So are you saving money on bills by just going down to Michael's and getting one of those giant maps and using that as your background? Is that what's happening?
Docks in the Strait of Hormuz, which I guess if the United States then invades is going to cause us more problems than it solves.
Well, look, we'll see. I guess you're going to have to take this up with the big guy, the guy you helped get elected, Geez, in retrospect, looks like you fucked up.
And we have Trump saying more oil than ever is flowing through and the strait's open and that it's safe, even though at least 2 ships were blown up that weren't given authorization by the U.S. yesterday, 2 tankers.
What are you just making this harder by just squeezing your face into an even more grotesque shape?
And there's all sorts of oil spills, and the Iranians have completely sunk several large ships, spectacularly exploding and sinking.
Spectacularly.
They didn't get authorization from them and shot up a bunch of others, at least 5 others. And the strait is not open.
That's not what I heard.
It's at basically a complete standstill.
Basically. Yeah, I know. His voice hurts mine. Like, I want to impersonate it, but I would rather, keep my singing voice.
A few ships a day will try to go through waters that are very shallow, and a lot of those get stuck.
That's embarrassing. Then you got to put it in reverse, and you're grinding gears.
I mean, it is a giant cluster FU-K.
Sorry, you're removing the letter C from fuck?
A big way. And then I have Trump, several clips months ago, we've got to end the war. They can actually keep the strait closed. They've got so many weapons up in those mountains and hills, but now he says, nope, we'll open it. We'll shepherd it. We're going to be the guardian angel of it. These are quotes. We're going to charge 20% to go through. Well, not if you don't take the Strait of Hormuz, and then they'll keep. You can take the strait, and then more.
Okay, stupid talking point. That's what I needed to show you guys was the where he's talking to the dude, and then he gets to the toll. Okay, that's not in there. 20%. Yeah. So he gets asked about the 20% fee. Trump does. And we'll end on this actually. And thank you guys. Hit the like, share the show. It's House Sparks Mega Worldwide. Also subscribe. This is my call to action. I'm doing it. Look, I can do it. I did it. There you go. Look at that. I called us to action. Hooray! All right. Sorry. Did it work? Hold on. There we go. There it is. That's much better. That's much better. Quit it. So this is the talk about the 20% fee, which Fox News and everybody else freaked out about, and see if you can figure out who motivated him to knock that shit off. Hold on, stay on. I like it.
President Trump, I have two questions. I was wondering if you could explain your changing thinking on the Strait of Hormuz, applying a 20% fee. How did you get to the decision you just announced?
Yeah, so when I put that out yesterday, because we've been doing that for many, many years, it was never fair to me that we would be guarding the strait when we basically don't take anything. We don't need the oil at all.
It adjusts the price. It affects the price. That's why we do it. Because, again, we haven't nationalized our oil, you dipshit. It matters. Even if we don't get it from there, if the price goes up there, it goes up everywhere else. Like, does he think people can't figure this shit out? Considering the number of people like Robinhood incels, and I mean the app where you can trade stocks, like that voted for him, he thinks these people don't fucking know?
And it wasn't important for us, but it was important for allies. It was important for people that we get along with very well, including the major Gulf state countries. So I put it out yesterday. I thought it was good.
You did? You thought it was good, and the reaction wasn't great?
It was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs and all of the people that we all know and we all love. And they've been very strong partners.
And they loved it. They thought it was awesome. And they're like, what a brilliant idea. You take 20% off of everything that goes through from our country going out and every country coming in.
We'd love to do it a different way. We'd love.
Is that how they put it? We'd love to do it a different way.
To invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars.
But we're not going to if you try this shit. That's what they did. They threatened whatever little investments they had offered him earlier, and they're like, if we have to pay this, we're not going to be able to do our investment in the U.S., which was bullshit to start with, but he doesn't know that.
Do our record setting, because there's never been a time like this with the United States, with the factories, with the plants, with everything else.
Just use words like factories and plants when they don't apply to any of this shit.
And we would like to.
Hi, Karen.
To invest tremendous.
My mom's a nurse. We love nurses. Thank you so much.
In the United States, as opposed to charging a fee. And I like that, actually, because I don't think anybody should be able to charge a fee for.
Well, then why the fuck did you say it yesterday?
For the strait or for any other straight relationship in terms of other sections of the world. I don't think.
Oh, my God. You mean maritime passageways?
I think anybody should be really in that position. But we would do it.
But you were going to do it anyways, but then everybody called you and went, if you try that shit, you're not going to have a golf course over here, buddy.
As a reimbursement, the Gulf states are going to invest a tremendous amount of money into the United States, and that was very satisfactory to me. I think it's actually much better.
It's nonsense. It's like horseshit. Again, what actually happened? He fucking tacoed is what happened. Oh, why is my thing all crunchy? That's weird. And it's not even going to the right place. What in the Sam Hill is going on here? Yeah, my size it just decided not to go through there. That's fun. Okay, well then how about this? How about I remove this? There you go. Delete this channel, and then create this channel, and add it back in, and maybe that'll work. Why has this all become a problem like this? Dink, dink, dink. All right. There we go.
Raise your taco, take a bite. Trump always chickens out, so it's gonna be alright.
Don't worry.
Raise your taco,
it's gonna be alright.
Take a bite. Trump always chickens out, so it's gonna be alright.
I mean, seriously. All right. So then, let's see. I don't know how they tail end this thing.
If I could also
Separate.
ask, are you aware of why the FBI is looking into Senator Graham's death?
Boring. Whatever. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. We're at the end of the show. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you tomorrow for the morning show. Houseworks Mornings, Mega Worldwide. Phil will be on with us as per usual. I couldn't have him on Saturday because I was in Chicago and all that kind of stuff, and it was very sad for all of us, but he's doing well. He's all right. He's safe as he can be in considering where he is. And then do we have another guest tomorrow? Is the Major with us, or is he still, I mean, he's campaigning and he's got a bunch of other stuff, and he's still, he got sick a while back. I hope he recovered. But we shall see what we shall see. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show, etc., etc. I will be live streaming, not this Friday, but next Friday from Flappers for all of our Patreons. Now that we can do it straight to the Patreon page / app, you can watch it there, and I don't have to bounce it all over the goddamn place trying to send you guys a link at the last second, but while I'm preparing to do a show. So I can focus on being unfocused, which is the nature of my show anyways. And, Matt Knight. Yes, rest in peace, Matt Knight. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. The Major is still campaigning? So nobody ready? Okay, so it'll just be me and Phil tomorrow? Excellent. Okay, so first hour, me and all the stuff and news and whatnot. And then Phil will join us in the second hour. Oh, you're watching on your new laptop. Schmancy. I'm not taping this Friday. The show has been moved to October. Don't get me started. I was trying to get a date closer because I had an issue and they couldn't find one, so we just did that. We moved it closer to the other shows that we're having. But we got a bunch of Nerd Halen dates, and I will create promos for those tonight, and we can start showing them for everything else. Is Cliff going to be on? Can Cliff come in on Wednesday? That'd be cool. I would love that. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. But I will do my best to make up the date and all that kind of stuff. And thank you to our Patreon folks. But yeah, so a week from Friday, I'll be doing Flappers instead of 31. And Rob will be on the show on Friday morning. He's still building his thing. I don't even know if I can talk about it. It's so cool at his factory. I'm so jealous. Oh, Cliff Schechter. Great. Cliff Schechter will be on the first hour, and then Phil. It's going to be a great show then. I love that. First of all, Cliff and I we talk over ourselves. Doc Adams is going to be on Thursday on the nighttime show, and the afternoon show. So we're chock full of guests. And then Rob will be on Friday, on Friday morning. And I, at some point, I want to be able to play, there was and I think you'll have to find it for me. Nick Bostrom was on Rogan talking about AI. And then there was another something that I love me some dumb maggot AI stuff. Watching them just struggle to understand it is I could watch that stuff. That's my popcorn viewing when I've got the internet on and I'm looking at stuff. Watching those guys try to wrap their tiny, stupid fucking heads around AI is so much fun. But what I would like to do is, be able to play bits of video with Rob and show him that's, some of those things. But I will cut them down. The redacted dudes, or is it redacted? Redacted dudes are having this big kind of AI is going to take over the twilight of humanity shit. Ugh, I love it. I love when these people fucking panic. It's like watching someone say, power tools will be the end of construction. Ugh, it's so lovely. All right, much love to you guys. I will see you later. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. I gotta go feed my family. I mean, the struggle is real. Anybody with 2 generations, well, 3 together in the same household knows exactly what I'm talking about at every given time. So I love you guys, and I will see you on the show tomorrow. Hal Sparks Mornings, Mega Worldwide, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to subscribe. Call to action. Call to action. Hal, why can't you get booked on Maga Talk to talk AI? I don't know what Maga Talk is, but you mean those people to talk about it? Because I'll talk them down in their fear mongering, and I got to tell you, I'm not particularly popular with the online fringe, obviously, but also the people who look, dude, we need some clickbait, and all you do is come in here and tell us that there's stuff to be concerned about, but nothing to be worried about. And I can't sell that. We've got to panic these people. If people aren't on the edge of their seats with anxiety, then do we even have a show? Right. And the nature of my show is exactly the opposite, because, I believe worry is weaponized imagination, and I'm not going to let people grab, a hold of your imagination, throw a bit in it, and take it wherever they want it. Forget it. So much love, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, they wouldn't understand. I use too many 35-cent words. Not fair. You know what I mean? See what I did there?